Hi team, and welcome back to the 2022 Yonex Canadian International Badminton Challenge here in the Pan Am Centre in Markham, Ontario. I'm Mike DeBell, and with me is Coach Stefan.
Oh, Coach Stefan, I'm getting different introductions every time. All right, I like it.
And we've got an exciting match coming up of men's doubles between the Canadian team of Adam Dong and Neil Yakura, first seed in the tournament, and they're going up against the 3-4 seed from Denmark, Rasmus Kjaer and Frederik Sogaard.
Here we go, the crowd favorites, the #1 seeds versus the 3-4 seeds.
Yep.
This should be good.
Lots of smashing, lots of speed. It's going to be a good doubles match for sure. Doubles, I think, is usually one of the crowd favorites because it's different from tennis in the sense that there's a lot of attacking, a lot more speed, and it's just it's really exciting to watch. You get the big speed, heavy smashes, and it's a little different of a pace than some of the other matches.
Our Canadians are sporting the nice green shirts, which didn't recognize me the other day. I was like, oh, that's Neil and Adam. They have the usual colors.
Yeah, it's nice.
Guys are warming up their drives, their flat games.
And Neil and Adam, a relatively new pairing. They've been both playing doubles for quite some time with other partners, and they're both fast attacking style, obviously, and first seed in this tournament. So we'll see how they do. But they've had some good results up to this point, and I think it's a really good pairing for the Canadian team.
Yeah, their ranking has jumped up to 52. I mean, Adam Dong actually is originally from China. I believe a number of years ago trained with the junior national team in China, and now he is representing Canada a number of years later. And him and Neil, the lefty-righty combo, has been proven to be pretty successful as of late. Looking at some of their more recent results, the Peru International, they finished second place. This is a tournament back in November. New Zealand International Challenge quarterfinals, Sydney International Challenge second place, and at the Canadian Open, which is a 100 tournament, they made the quarterfinals, semis of Pan Am Championships, and the quarterfinals of the Mexican International Challenge. So some pretty consistent result. They've not won a number of tournaments this year, but I think they're inching closer to starting to make finals and win some tournaments. And it's a process. Like Neil used to play with Jason Hoshu, who is now, I believe, is playing with Josh and playing a fair amount of singles as well, which is a hard thing to do at this level. But so it takes a while when you have a different partner and different strengths and weaknesses, and having to make those adjustments against world-class teams. You don't do that overnight. And obviously, in terms of just collecting points and stuff, that takes a while to play a fair amount of tournaments. So they're finding their groove.
And like you said, Adam's now representing Canada. He got his citizenship recently. He's been in the country for a while. Neil obviously been playing for Canada for years. Went to the Olympics. So it should be.
You feel the need to explain yourself to make sure that we're legit?
That's right. That's right.
Folks, it's legal. We're doing the right way. There's no. He has the papers.
First rally. The Danes on the other side just seated in the world 4 points behind the Canadians, and they had a tight match last night, 3-gamer against the German team, and they won 21-17 in the third.
Starting with a bang.
Yeah.
Oh. The thought of doing that for 3 full games, I'd have no shoulder left. Hey?
Yeah, no kidding.
And that's with my 25 pounds of pressure, not 30, 31, 32. Oh, that was a short lift. He was so close.
Yeah, I know.
That's not good.
It's going to run into the net.
It's good for his ego.
Yeah, and there's a stringing team here, stringing all the players' rackets. And as Steph mentioned, average tension is about 30 pounds. Which for an average other normal players would probably be 22, 24.
Or for an aging coaching professional.
Yes, that's right. We've heard, yes. We don't go near that. One miss hit and they're gone. So about 30 pounds, which explains some of the power that they're getting. I mean, that gives you really quick power, big pop, like you said, off the racket.
And you break a lot of strings.
You break a lot of strings. So you better be sponsored.
Rackets.
Yeah.
If you don't have at least 8 rackets, forget about it. control the net there.
Each team trying to capitalize on the lift.
Oh,
nice. Deceptive
dropper.
drop. Yeah.
Good fake, little shake and bake with the shoulder. Dropper, slow dropper.
Got a lot of accents today.
I don't know what's going on. I think it's the cookie kicking in.
No more coffee for you.
Coffee cookie combo. That's got a nice ring to it. Yeah, their opponents are they're no joke. They've been dangerous this year. They've had some very consistent results.
Both decent height. Sogaard there on the return of serve.
Oh, just wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, 180, 186, yeah. About 6 feet, 6.5.
Tough to serve to that.
Yeah. And I mean, result-wise, they won the Welsh International Challenge. This is back in late November, so not long ago. And Irish International Challenge, second place a few weeks before that. The Dutch International they won in mid-April. And won the Polish International Challenge in late March. So they've had 3 wins and a second place finish. Obviously, they played more tournaments than that, but in terms of highlights, so it's, you know, if you're playing international challenge tournaments in Europe, they're strong. You know, you're playing some strong teams. There's often some really good local talent that may not travel overseas as much. So it's, you know, you're winning international challenges in Europe, you're a solid team. There's nothing accident, and to do it 3 times you've got to be extremely consistent. Levels. Oh, good spot. Caught him in between grips.
Not seeing as much signaling. Usually, or oftentimes, you'll see the server signal to their partner from behind their back, and here they're whispering each other which serve they're going to do. It's always good to let your partner know what serve you can do ahead of time without obviously telling your opponents. And these teams are both. Good guess by Kjaer.
This is a quick little momentum swing here. You have to stop it.
We'll spin on the bird. Sogaard was on it, but the spin of the bird made it go into the net. Lucky for the Canadians. But there he is on the front line. Can't stand on the line, but you can stand right up against it. Here he's challenging the serve. It's a smashing to the middle in doubles. In the net.
Oh, that worked.
Yeah.
You know what? You don't want to do too many of those fake blocks into a lift, but once in a while, because he did it with sort of conviction, right? When he was attacking forward. And
he jumped on it.
So that, I thought you were going to jump on me just now. That was explosive. Wow. Jumping for my cookie.
That's a tough one to do, though, because those guys are both around 6 feet, so you got to get the height on it. But Adam just kept coming in. Oh, that middle shot.
I just peeked over the singles, and I'm like, oh my goodness, the speed. They're playing this control, slow game in the singles right now, and you turn over, and it's mock speed over here. It's so different.
It's a different style for sure.
No, come on, dump that. I'd rather see him. Oh, just caught. I think he just caught the outside. Yeah. I'd rather see Neil in that situation instead of the quick low drive. Just push it. He's got mixes. Neil's also an accomplished mixed player. He has those shots. He's able to just dump that to the side and get Adam into that forehand side, put it away. He follows it himself. See, too much stuff coming through the center.
Yep.
Defensively.
It's
fine to lift. Come on, that's not good enough. Okay, there we go. Lift to reset. Here we go, and then
Adam.
Oh, it's too slow.
Trying to anticipate a cross.
How are they not putting those away?
Oh.
They're always good for a good highlight reel, eh? I don't know if you saw it. Really, I think it was from Commonwealth Games when they played the English team, who world-class team, and they had this incredible rally on forever. There was quite a few views. All right, 8-4. Do they get back into this game or let this kind of slip away? So, pretty important part here. Mike Butler, national coach, will surely have some words of wisdom for them.
Now a member of the Legends group, I think, that was here. Or Mike's in the Hall of Fame now.
He's always been a legend in my books.
Okay, well, there you go.
I mean,
He's now officially a legend. Okay. Okay, well, that's why you keep trying to hug
Book
me.
that I choose
That's why
to
you keep
tuck
trying to hug me.
away. Yeah, Mike Butler was a multiple-time national champion player, obviously the national team for a number of years, and has been a most recent Olympic coach, travels all over the world with their Canadian athletes. Great guy.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, and he was inducted what, fairly recently, right?
I think
Last
so,
5
yeah,
years.
yeah.
A well-deserved induction.
Yeah, for sure. Player, coach, he's all over the place. Keeping himself busy still with badminton.
I think anyone who's played at a high level of any sport, gotta keep busy.
Yeah.
You can't fish all day, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Well, that's busy. That's a
Oh,
form of
so
busy. Hey.
that's your dream. We almost fished together recently on a body of water, and you like to keep bouncing rackets on your paddleboard.
Yeah, they've
and your kayak. So
multi-purposes.
I look over and I see Mike. I was like, "What the hell?" He's doing like wicked around the head shots with the racket. He's killing bugs.
Never want to
going
be
around
away
the head
from a
shots.
racket.
And I'm like judging his swing. Like, pretty sweet, changing his grip, choking up.
Trying to coach me. So right now, obviously the momentum on the Danish team side, they seem to be commanding the middle of the court, mostly attacking. I think the Canadians have got to somehow turn it around. Service fault by Sogaard, a little too high. Changed the service rules a couple
judge,
years ago.
Nuri.
Sorry?
Service judge, Nuri.
Yeah. And here they are questioning the legitimacy of the call, which I guess some do anyways. But it's the same height for everybody now. It used to be your waist size or waist height, which would...
Are you talking about waist size
waist
again?
size. Here we go again.
I told you not to speak about this
Keep
on
eating
air.
these cookies here. But it used to be your waist, which made a different height for everybody. Now it's 1.15 centimeters in height.
Ooh, someone's done the research.
Right.
So, pace of the overall pace is pretty fast right now. I feel like all 4 players are playing at a pretty fast pace. Is it to our advantage? Is it to the Danes' advantage? Like, as a Canadian coach, is Mike going to be saying, listen, I know you guys are good at playing fast for the most part, but they're as good at it or potentially better. Look to maybe mix it up a little bit more with some controlled slower shots.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Not slow arcing shots, but firm kind of push and stuff. Is that are they? I think you'll encourage them to add a few of those.
I think a little bit more off speed. I think if they're going to lift and give the Danes a chance to attack, they've got to push them over to the corners more. It might be a game of attrition. Maybe over time, if they can keep it going, they can turn things around a bit. But if they're just lifting to the center too much, and
Adam got caught on a short lift, and he went into.
Went down on the knee.
Was that a squat or lunge? What was that?
That was a superhero move.
That was Matrix.
Yeah,
There's a bit of Matrix there. He had to reach back and.
Yeah, half defense, half self-defense, but great shot.
Half man, half machine.
But yeah, I think they've got to open the court up more. They just can't let the Danes attack like this.
Oh, that could be put away. If they can sneak another, oh jeez. Why are they not putting them away?
Adam just keeps going in, eh?
Come on, let's go, boys. Yeah, I think they're going to need to not settle on defense.
No.
You lift 1 or 2 because you have to, because you're trying to create space, or you're just they're on you and you've got to just that's all you can do to react, and then they're gonna have to be willing to transition a bit sooner, I believe, and obviously it's not going to be easy. They're gonna have to choose the right shot, whether that's a mid-court push or a short block or a straight drive or potentially even a cross drive. Choose a shot that whatever's highest percentage that will get you to the net.
Yeah, and I think the Danes, the danger of lifting too much is, apart from allowing your opponents to put the bird on the floor more, they feel good. When you're blasting a bird to the floor rally after rally, you get pumped and you feel good about your game, and that sort of moves the momentum in your opponent's side. Apart from points, they just feel great. Finish off a rally blasting to the floor.
Yeah, in some situations, you're almost best to risk the mistake of, let's say, call it a change of direction or a block or something, and just not give them that raw kind of, and sort of that's even better than the moment. Now, if your shot works out well, you may steal the point. See the bonus. That was weird.
Whoa.
What did Will just? I mean, Neil just did his racket. He sort of almost like he went. Did he get thrown off by the serve?
I don't
He
know.
reacted like it was going to be a flick.
But the bird kind of, I don't know if it came off the racket weird or if Sogaard's hitting the feathers, which you can't make contact with the feathers when you're serving the bird. It's an old serve they outlawed. Well,
Oh, come on. Neil's making too many mistakes right now. Oh, come on. Put that down. Good height. See that
Yeah.
spot? Almost good height. Almost in the armpit. Nice lift. These teams are solid. They'll give you a lot of free points. Is that in? Yeah.
look at Adam. He just
Yeah, he was right in
challenges the net.
Which
Really?
is what they need to do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get up. Good block.
Yeah, sometimes he's really close, but his racket's down.
Shot.
Oh, block that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez,
See-
what an angle.
See, there you go. The Danes, they're just loving life right now.
I can't tell if it was a full smash or did he take
I
a
don't
little
think
off.
so. The angle
I think it
was
was a
too
full
much.
smash with a great
You
angle.
think so?
I don't
It's
know.
just that
It was hard and fast and down.
tall people.
down.
I hate tall people in doubles. They cut
Hate's
everything
a strong
off.
word, Mike. Dislike.
Hard time with tall people.
We've talked about this.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I think it was a full smash. I think he was just a little bit further in, and he's just got the height.
Nice boom. Well,
yeah.
this game is getting slightly out of reach, unfortunately, for Canadians. It's almost at that stage now where you're not giving up on the game, but you're like, okay, let's work on what we need to work on in the second game now.
Yeah.
Let's work on the game plan, see what works, and and get off to a good start, hopefully, for second game.
And it doesn't have to be a huge radical change of strategy, but you've got to tweak what you're doing a little bit.
Sometimes in doing that, you can almost take the pressure off, and who knows, maybe string off 4 points, and it just changes things a little bit.
Yeah. Try something you haven't thought of, but
So easy to say this from here, huh? So easy.
I think though they've got to push it out of the center for sure. They've got to get the shots away from the middle for now. The Danes are just closing in on them too easily. Yeah.
They're just not reading it.
Was it a fault? That was a
Oh, okay,
service
that's
fault
fine.
again. Yeah. So you have the service judge there on the right hand side, and you've got the height marker that they use to judge the serve. And so if the server goes through above those markers, he gets faulted. And so the Danish player Sogaard is challenging whether he is actually going above that line or not.
They're definitely, the way they're reacting. They seem pretty confident in the fact that they're certain, or they're not serving above
Right.
the restricted height. But
I've definitely seen tournaments where you'll be fine in one event and you go to another country and all of a sudden you're being called a lot. So they question whether it's the individual calling or if it's just a standard that you're not used to here.
I mean, I have my biggest issue with, and again, I can't see. I don't, not claiming that it's not the right call or not. It's just as long as the combination of umpire and service judge are consistent throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
Or I mean throughout the tournament, but throughout the match, so that the players are good enough and well trained enough. They're going to adjust. If someone's calling something that's borderline, then you accept. And as a coach, I'd be like, listen, yeah, it's borderline. Whether it is or not, I don't know. But they're calling it, and stop crying and adjust. Like, you're going to whine all match, or you're going to actually just adjust. Now, if those calls are inconsistent, that's different. But as long as those calls are consistent, then the players have the ability to adjust, and then you have to move on from the excuses and say, just do it. It's a matter of, it could be a centimeter off. You don't know.
So here we've got, I was going to say we've got 2 points off of this, but goes right back at them. It's just settling in.
Let's go, boys.
And all 4 of these players will have done hours and hours and hours of short service practice to make sure they're sharp on this. And it's just a matter of how you are that day, but it's certainly not through lack of practice. Good get by Neil. Oh, okay.
Good pressure. There's an example of a forced mistake.
Yeah.
Right? A good chance that he would have made that shot if Neil hadn't come in and created pressure.
Yeah, he sees Neil
saw the
pouring into
pressure,
the net.
literally sprinting in.
Yeah.
Like there was zero footwork there whatsoever. It was a full-on sprint, folks. Track star of sprinting, and it worked. Scared him. Again, they're at the stage right now where they're obviously not giving up on the game, but it's about you know, practicing how they want to play in the next game.
Yeah, I
Instead
agree.
of staying focused on that, just sort of, you know, if you can, at this point, if you could sneak in for the next 6 points, I consider that success and get some momentum going for the next game. Because at the end of the day, whether you lose 21-11 or 25-23, it does not matter. It's still 1-0. Oh, that looked deep. Couldn't tell if that was in. Nice. He's got a good hold, eh?
Yeah.
I like that.
Little things like that that can make the difference when you get into that next game, assuming you don't catch up on this game. And some of those deceptive shots are the ones that are not always that easy to read when you're watching it on TV, but the slices, the holds, those are the things that if you know what you're looking at, you can see why the other player did get like that. Oh, man.
Now,
Sogaard.
it doesn't help that I can't read in general, but for the general public.
That return of serve by Sogaard, he
solid.
He comes in with his backhand up, backhand grip, fakes to the one side, and then flicks it over to the other side. And both Canadians jumped over, took the fake. But he gets in there so early.
You know it's a good fake when the entire team jumps to the other side.
Yeah.
That's when you know.
Wow. Yeah.
All right.
They've got
to play there.
Yeah, they've got to do something with those short lifts that are allowing the Danes to win rally after rally smashing. Because you've got to, like you said, I think they've got to do some pushes. They've got to do some shots that play out of just a straight lift to the back line. Because I know that's a good strategy that Neil and Adam have done in the past because their defense is so good. But when you come up against a team that is stronger in that position, you got to change what you're doing. And that's what they're going to have to do in the second game.
And to me, like you and I we've known Neil for probably 20 years. You know, Neil's obviously always been a very good badminton player, a successful junior, and won a number of titles. But to me, he's an energy player, and he's someone who gets fired up. And right now, it's tough for him to get fired up because there's not enough going on. There's not enough good stuff in a row. So for him to get fired up, so it's kind of like, you know, emotionally he's up and he's down. So then, you know, they just do some simple things. And if he can again have that variety of shots to set up, whether it's himself or Adam, for those kind of more powerful, like raw put away smashes, then it'll give that opportunity to kind of like, come on, and then it won't take long. And once again, folks, we remind you there is a crowd. They're on our side to get the crowd going and you know, get them fired up. See, there they are. They're getting ready to go. Okay, they heard me. Wasn't staged at all.
Yeah, you're right though. Neil's a real dynamic player. He likes to get pumped. He likes to get into the rallies, and that's where a lot of his energy comes from. So we'll see if he can use some of that for the second game. And you really, when you switch from a first game like that to a second game, you really want to reset your brain in a way. Say, okay, we're 0-0 again. Let's see what we can do. Think of it as the first game of the match.
Oh, it's a smart push.
Yeah. But again, it's right at him.
But see, like Adam hit a decent push to try to maintain the attack, but it was too slow.
Yeah.
And the Danish player completely read it. Yeah. He didn't put it away, but it was like the teeter-totter just shifted, and then they started having that down angle, and which eventually set up the put away. So, you know, there has to be recognition that whether that goes cross or just a little more firm, because it's the right tactic, just a little bit off in the execution. Nice.
Yeah. And there it is. Adam's close to the net, which is really good, but he's playing the bird down and playing it further away from the Danes.
Showing line of the body. Right in the belly.
There's Adam signaling to Neil the serve he's going to do. He's got one, which means short, I guess.
There you go. Oh, it's too loose. Yeah. Nicely done, Adam.
Yeah. Woo. They've got Kjaer challenging Adam.
As we can hear, the real crowd now cheering.
Yes.
No more machine required.
It'll help.
Yeah, you know, we were the appetizer. Turn for the Danes.
Wow.
Oh, is that out?
No, I don't think so. No, I think it was
just
reaching. Hugged the line there.
That's a risky smash down the line, but it worked. Got him stretched out, created the space.
Yeah, so Adam looks like he's staying to Neil. They've got a lot of angle. You got to lean in on it. There's that lift. Yeah.
So that transitional shot that
Yeah.
Neil hit, that maybe in another scenario could have gone in, it just was floating up.
Yeah.
Through the center of the court. So that just has to be a bit sharper.
I think the Danes are counterattacking, and they're getting past Adam, and it's landing in front of Neil. So he's got to either play a net shot where you've got one of the Danes coming in, or lift again, which is it's a tough decision. But the lift isn't really working.
Oh.
Yes.
There we go. There we go.
And we've heard Neil in the past say he prefers the rear court to the forecourt, but I think you and I think he's just as strong on the front as he is in the back.
And I mean, maybe that, again, he typically in most tournaments is playing mixed, not all the time, but often playing mixed doubles as well. So you're getting sort of maybe double the amount of work in the back court. That could be a product of that. Oh, that was a good serve. I like that one.
Yeah.
Good change of direction there. They lost the attack though still. Go in.
No.
Okay, so even if he had made that, see how far over?
Yeah.
Kjaer, how do you say his name correctly?
Yeah, Kjaer, I think.
Kjaer was all the way over. Like there was no room down the line. And I don't know from that position, because it was a little bit behind him, whether or not Neil had the ability to cross it.
Right.
He may not. He almost have to, I don't know, well, he'd have to probably cheat on the forehand side to cross that. But
No, I think you're right.
Just lift and reset.
I think Kjaer read that he wasn't going to be able to do anything other than come straight with it.
I see how he's pressing forward.
Yeah,
That wasn't fast. He was in the net. They're really.
That's a high one. Oh,
nice. Nicely done.
Well, the Danes counterattack and they run to the net. They're constantly following up on their drive.
There's constant pressure. So they're going to make us earn it. It's going to be, we're going to, in some ways, the Canadians will dictate. Not suggesting they're the better team, but in terms of, are they going to crumble to the pressure and make mistakes, or are they going to find a way to find the opening in the court? See people coming in still. The crowd's getting busier.
So there's a long serve coming up, judging by Adam's signal.
Look at you, eh?
Oh, no, you know what? He's done the one and the two for the short.
Tell me that's out.
Yeah,
Nice.
just low.
I know it's only 5-4, but it somehow feels like a big point.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just because they've not really had a lead the entire match. So.
Yeah, the Canadians need a bit of a break, just a little bit of a momentum nudge.
I thought you were going to say nugget there for a second.
I'm using it again.
You turn nugget into nudge.
And now you got Adam forcing the net a bit more.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, again, another kind of forced mistake. It felt like they had to sneak in a perfect shot to get by the lefty.
Well, I think the Danes need to feel some pressure, and I think last two rallies anyways, Adam and Neil have done that. They're coming at them a bit more now, rather than just lifting it. So
it's the pressure of the green machines. Oh.
Good recovery. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, if they can find the... Wow, good attacks. Smart, eh?
Yeah.
Smart
Just
shot.
slightly, the block slightly towards Adam so that Neil...
But he was showing like he's going to have this big, long backhand driving swing, and then last second just dumped it. That was, I mean, Neil and Adam did a great job of extending the rally. It should have been over four shots ago. You know what? But if it's going to take those rallies to get points off them, that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you don't give them the little free, easy ones. Oh, see, he's all over the line.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's going there. There was a bit of a cross-court smash. Come back this way. They're just all over it.
Oh, good recovery.
Nice. Dump it to the center. Money, that's good. There we go.
There you go, yeah.
There we go.
And there's the change. We didn't lift. Canadian played the net. Even though Sogaard's coming in,
now,
Neil
that same
did not
shot,
lift.
a little loop here, like some of the ones before, he would have put that down. But it was just tight enough that, forced a great response, great counter. A women's singles match on the other live stream. That's going 3 games, 2 lopsided games.
Lock.
The winner of that women's singles playing the one of 2 Canadians. Mitchell Chan, Michelle Lee. Later tonight.
Now watch Sogaard's about to serve here. He's got that little twist before he serves, a little turn that some of the doubles players have added to their serve. It's still legal, but
it's a bow thing. It's good. Bow used to always do that, and I swear all the Danish players are doing that. Even Axel will do it in singles. To me, it accomplishes nothing, but it's almost like a comfort level.
Yeah,
like, it's not like, ooh, now you don't know where I'm going. I don't know. Like, I really don't think that's the case, but
I don't know if it gives you some rhythm or just it's a slightly, you could hit it in the course of turning. You don't know when they're going to make contact with it.
To me, it's slightly hypnotic because then the hips start to swagger from side to side. I mean, even Kjaer would be impressed.
Well, you're a big dancer. So
hips don't lie. My hips don't lie.
I'm surprised because it seems almost like a preliminary movement, but I guess if it's steady along with your serve, but it's to me it's a borderline thing.
Yeah, I don't think it really accomplishes much. It's just more of a comfort thing.
Oh, okay, a couple free points here.
Couple free points.
Yeah.
We will take them. It
Yeah.
would be nice here if we can get to maybe 11-8. I mean, 11-7 would be better. Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah. May have to cross that one. It's tough when they're coming in like that, but you may Neil may need to cross that one just to force the Danes to change direction because they're hitting and plowing right into the net. I think you've got to move them away, even if it's not a great cross court. Almost a bit like Josephine's was in the mix, where it can be a little loose, but if they change direction, they're not going to be able to do much with it anyways.
I find Sogaard's return to serve position a little bit strange. Like it's just a minor adjustments, but typically you'd see players a bit more extended forward with the racket, ready to get on top of it. He kind of draws it back a little bit, almost like he's gonna. Like to me, he looks like he's really ready for that flick.
Yeah,
So
yeah, maybe
between his height and that kind of elbow back, sort of a dangerous guy to flick. It might be better just change it. Nice, go in. Change the direction of the serve instead. Good spot. See how quick they are to steal the attack.
Block.
Yeah, good. There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. Oh, I don't like those slow ones.
Yeah.
But see, too slow.
Yeah.
He anticipated, and he was able to block and steal the net. Keep that just a little bit faster.
Yeah, I think he had the right idea. He had the
just
slice,
yeah.
and it just floated a little bit too long, and allowed Kjaer to come in.
Wasn't buying it.
Well, it's not going to be 11-8. Anyways.
My fault. Shouldn't have said that. Wishful thinking. Don't go there.
They're clearing it away from the center net person anyways, which is better than they were doing the first game. The Canadians are out of the middle. Uh-oh, that's the one. See? Almost. Sogaard's too big at the net, and you can't block or drive through the center with these guys. You've got to go down the side and open up the side of the court more, which is tough when they're hitting so hard and coming at you. But for the Canadians, at least, it's good that they're not going down the middle as much when they're defending anyways.
This would be an important point to go to 10-0 here. Don't lift that one. There's an opportunity to just go straight to the front court. Keep the attack. Is it out? All right.
Just missed it.
Let's go. There you go. Give ourselves a game. Let's get one more.
Just missed it. Flat drive serve.
I'll take it.
Kjaer didn't even have to step back. He just tried to block it on the way, but just missed it. But for Neil and Adam, I like that they've reduced their unforced errors. They've changed their strategy a little bit, which is challenged the Danes a bit more. And we're starting to see a few mistakes from them that we didn't see in the first game. Just a little switch here and there.
The important thing is the Danes are not going to make unforced errors. Like they're really not going to make, or very few unforced errors. It's going to have to be forced errors. They're going to have to create some pressure and get in their face instead of take the net away. And but you know what? The good news is they have the ability to do that in terms of their tactical abilities and their actual technical abilities as well. So it's just have to sort of commit to a certain game style that is required to have success at this level and against opponents like that, quality opponents that really aren't showing any major weaknesses that will require a number of good things that have to go their way.
Yeah, and it's funny. We've all seen matches where you have a team that looks like they're just crushing their opponents, and a few changes, and all of a sudden the whole momentum switches, and you start seeing these unforced errors or forced errors out of a team that you didn't see in the first game. So it really is just whether you can change it around and start to get those out of your opponents or not. But you can't just keep doing the same thing.
And that's, I would say that, you know, sort of a general thing, that's sort of the beauty of racket sports is sometimes more easily than other sports, you can make up a substantial deficit fairly quickly with a couple little adjustments. So, especially with the rally point. Oof.
Hugging the net there.
That's going to hurt. And this is kind of what you were saying earlier in terms of like when you get caught in those rallies where you're, you know, forced to kind of rush the lift and it's short and they're just bang, bang, bang and they're screaming and you know, getting all fired up.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily avoidable in this scenario, but almost better to go for a higher risk sharp cross or something. Not to give him that. Ooh.
Return served by Adam.
He almost flew off the court.
I know.
Yes,
Wow.
right in the body. Well played. Jammed the one player, created a bit of an opening, and then right into the body. He was looking for the forehand. He went right in the body. Gave him no choice. What's your call on the single, Mike?
On the serve?
Yeah.
Long.
You're really good. You're really good at
He's
this.
throwing me off with the signal. He's in a one
You're
and
really
a
good at
two.
this.
I want to know what the long serve signal is.
They haven't served long that much, right? We haven't seen it that
I
often.
think the drive serve, but they didn't signal. I think they know we're watching. I'm waiting for that to be the next thing in badminton. You know, when you see football and stuff where they're covering their mouth.
The Houston Astros scenario of reading signals.
Yeah, exactly.
My son's still upset at that. He's
he's
charging
on there, yeah,
forward,
he
smart
just-
play.
Yeah. He doesn't back off.
They almost, like in that situation, it's hard for Neil to tell because he's being rushed under his back inside. They almost, I don't know whether or not Adam would have enough time to give him a little like he's coming or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost letting each other know that
Yeah, watch.
the
something
freight
like
train
that,
is coming
yeah.
forward. Just reset.
Good
Nice
block.
return. Oh,
Oh,
come on.
that's the right
Come on, Neil,
spot.
come on.
Just
Let's
get
go.
it over. Yeah.
Focus. That was a tight serve.
Yeah, that was a really good serve.
No, go cross.
Boy. Yes. But
I
Kjaer
find
really.
they get caught on the same half defensively,
Yeah.
where they've got to find a way. And I know it's easier said than done, but
I think Kjaer really reads the defense. He's at the net there, and he's really good at reading what's coming back off the defensive
Almost
shots.
this is strange to say, almost more so on the
Yeah.
around the head side, which is bizarre because that's the hardest side to cover.
I
But he does a really nice job positioning his feet with his right leg in front. And I think it's almost like he's maybe recognizing that it's a bit riskier for them to go cross, so you can take more of a chance on the line. I'm not sure.
And maybe just people like to pick on the backhand side more than the forehand if they can, so he kind of leans that way. 15-13 for the Danes.
The Danes are typically smart doubles players from a tactical point of view. Woof.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Good digging. Nice block. Oh, my goodness.
The angle.
He is hammering it.
Yeah.
That was survival, that rally.
Yeah, that was to try to get it over the net.
Great job of surviving, but at some point.
Sometimes if plan A isn't work, plan B is keep the bird going over the net. It's not, you can't do it for a whole game, but rallies like that, just keep it going over.
What's your plan C?
Shake hands.
Fall on the ground and get a
Shake
sweat
hands.
mark and buy
Yeah,
some time.
that's right.
No. Okay, well, it's now or never before this gets out of hand. No touch, out of reach.
The Danish team really is always moving forward. They're rarely backing up.
And they're, you got to hand it to them. I mean, overall, they've been excellent with their intensities. Like, they're not letting up. They're just fired up and focused, and there's no letting up. They really start to understand why they won 3 tournaments up to this point. Compete extremely well. Oh, no, he's right there. We're not reading it for some reason.
No.
A little bit of indecision, and then next you know, opponents at the net.
I think you got the 2 big Danes roaring into the net all the time, and the earlier game you're lifting too much, but you've got to try and push it past them as they're coming in and get it past them, which is easier said than done.
The block down the center, you know, is a great play to maintain the attack or to maybe create a transition. But if either it's not a sharp enough shot, you haven't executed well enough, or the other team's just doing a really good job of closing the net, which is usually towards the center, then at some point hit a similar shot to the outside, you know, furthest away from where they're coming from. Now, again, you have a split-second decision to decide on that, but you've got to sort of recognize that they're just putting too much pressure. All right, 14-18.
Yeah.
This is it. Get back into it. Let's go, boys. A bit of a loose serve by Neil. I know. Hey. That's not good.
No. Yeah, the short lifts Sogaard puts on the floor. I don't think he's missed any of those.
It starts from the first couple shots are just not sharp enough. So we're just losing momentum, losing the attack.
Good block. Yeah, he's looking for that.
Man,
wow, this is like a smash drill. Well, way to hang in there.
Who needs to drop when you can smash everything?
Yeah. But the Danes serve so well, and they have such a good attack that the serve really sets up their rallies, and that's such a big thing in doubles. If you've got a really good serve and a strong attack, you're starting your rallies off right off the bat as an attacking position.
So they're like that whole sequence of smashes, for example, whether that's their 3/4 smash or full smash, I'm not exactly sure, but they're maintaining a really good angle. So
yeah, it's hard to counterattack.
It's down and it's. Oof. Okay, got a little lucky, got one. Doesn't matter. Let's go. Bring this to 17-18. 1 point at a time.
You know, I guess Adam's not having any problem with the short serve with these guys. And I don't think you want to lift, but oh wow. Wow.
It's not going to do it.
No.
And Neil's looking a little bit short right now.
Yeah.
I think it's a result of the attacks being pretty heavy, so probably a little late on the contact point, which is typically the result of a shorter lift. You're running out of time.
Yeah, they hit hard, and if you hit and they got good angle sometimes too, so you can't really walk in on the hard smash, but if you don't, you're not going to get the angled smash. Match point for the Danes. Good serve, and there's consistent serving.
Yeah, to me this is a team that could definitely sneak in the top 30.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to make predictions, top 20, top 10, because that's at a different level, but they seem to have what it takes to be somewhere in the top 30.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Is that a jump slice?
That was a jump slice that we haven't seen all day from Neil.
That was a great shot.
Yeah.
It's a good way to catching your opponents if you pull out a shot for the first time on match point. You'll probably get them. one more point. It can get really interesting. Oof, that serve is loose.
Yep.
Short lift.
No,
Short
no,
lift.
No, there it is. There it is. Well, the Danes take it. 21-12, 21-18. Solid attack.
Overall, it was a good fight.
Yeah.
From Neil and Adam the second game. Good fight. They were in it till the end. Just a few little things.
Yep, they just had a little bit more artillery today than the Canadians. So that wraps up the doubles. Our next match is our women's singles semifinal between Canadian favorites Michelle Lee and another Canadian, her opponent, Rachel Chan.